Okay, let's talk about emotional gravity. This is something else that I really love the way you describe emotional gravity in relation to why do we mess good things up? You know, it's like things seem to be going well, and then just our humanness. And I want you to explain emotional gravity because I learned a lot just in just a little bit of reading about this. Take it away.
So typically, when it comes to like I keep or I always, when someone says I keep or I always, that's typically some kind of a gravity situation. And what I mean by emotional gravity is I'm emotionally drawn towards a type of person or a type of situation.
Yes.
And I'm not realizing that our brain is wired to finish stories. We have a very tough time with what we call open loops. And in psychology, this is called the Zeigarnik effect. And when it comes to emotional gravity, I might have had an incomplete story that I wasn't able to help mom, become a better person. I wasn't able to get mom off of alcohol. I wasn't able to do X with my dad. Or, we have all these stories. It's not mom and dad all the time. Sometimes it's our friends in high school. Sometimes it's a middle school bully. But we have these incomplete circles that are in our lives. And as adults, we have this yearning unconsciously. We yearn to complete that loop. And since that person's not around anymore, or the circumstances are different, I'm going to find a similar co-star, and then I'll put us back in the scene. Let's adjust the lights and get the scene just right so we can finally finish the scene and close it off and get some kind of closure from it. And most of the people that I work with are just stuck in some kind of emotional gravity loop where they're trying to either complete or recreate some story. Recreating being, I might be the aggressor this time if I was abused. So I'm going to grow up and I'm going to recreate the same scenario. Or if I was abused, we could have these two outcomes. I could be abused, and then I'll get into a scenario where I kind of recreate it so I can complete the cycle. Because I wanted to punch my dad growing up so much, and I never got a chance to. And now I'm going to find the situation where I'm in that again, and I can actually complete this little story arc. Our brains are wired for story. Carl Jung wrote like 50 freaking books about this stuff.
Interesting that when you lay that out, does it also keep us as a victim because it's what we know and it fits the narrative? So I was talked to this way. This is what happened to me. That's all I knew. And even though it wasn't good for my nervous system adjusts to that. And so I go recreate this, or I go find it so that I'm back to the familiar. So it also keeps us, if I'm understanding this, it does keep us in a victim state a lot of times as well. Or maybe not victim state, but it does keep us stuck in that we're used to the rut and we like the rut.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, what happens is peace feels like absolute chaos because your nervous system is wired for conflict.
Yes.
And I say that it's only temporary. Like it takes a while to get into a place where like I'm actually experiencing peace. It feels weird. One, because your nervous system's wired for it. Two, because we have a story and our entire identity is a story. That's why Alzheimer's is so sad when we see somebody get Alzheimer's. It's devastating because the story is going away. And number three, we have identity about that. We've made so many I am statements, the two most powerful words in the world. We've made those statements so many times that if I go against it, what do I have? I have cognitive dissonance. That's not who I am. I'm doing something that's against my identity. And this is even in the Bible. When they ask, like, who should I say sent me? He asks what God's name is, and God says, I am. And that is a pretty powerful, profound thing that whether or not you read the Bible or anything is irrelevant. I think it's a cool book, and I think it's got some stuff in there that can help us. That I am is very powerful. And as we go through our lives, sometimes we grow up with a really crappy narrator, and we never realize that we are the hiring, firing, and HR department inside of our head, and we can fire that narrator. But the first step to firing that narrator is to realize that it probably has a child's voice, and we just hear it like an adult.